Hey guys, it's Courtney with Let's Craft today, and today we are going to be making a hair bow. I call this boutique style. I'm sure that's what they call, what everybody calls them. But this is the style of hair bow that we're going to be making today. So if you guys like videos like this, if you want to learn how to make things like this, I try to upload at least 2 times a week, if not more. So like, comment, and subscribe if you guys like to learn how to do things like this. So without further ado, this is the ribbon we are going to be using today. And personally, I mean, you can use any size of ribbon to make those these hair bows. But personally, I like to use the let's see, what size is this? 1.5 inch ribbon. So it's the bigger, fatter ribbon. I like to use this one for the base of the hair bow, just this part of the hair bow, the back of the hair bow. And then for this part on this hair bow, I used actually 1.5 inch on both of these. But today I'm not. Today I'm going to be using 1.5 inch for the base, and then I am going to be using this size 7/8 inch for the top of the bow. So you're going to need ribbon, of course. You're going to need a pair of scissors. You're going to need a lighter to seal the edges here so that, you know, they don't fray. And then you're going to need a glue gun. And you're going to need, if you like to measure your hair bows and make everything precise, which I usually do not. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I like them to be all the same size. If I'm making a bunch of them the same kind, then I like them to be all the same size. But you don't necessarily have to have a ruler, but just in case, whoops, sorry guys, almost knocked you over. Yeah, if you want them all to be the same size, or if you're too particular and you like to, you know, size-wise, you need a ruler. I just eyeball mine most of the time. That's just what I do. And this is how I make mine. I like to use fishing wire. Now this is really not fishing wire. I always use fishing wire from Walmart. Just, I think it's $3 or $4 for a huge spool of it, and it will literally last me a year probably. But this is some stuff that I picked up at Joann Fabric, because actually I bought it by mistake. I thought it was the stretchy stuff for making, I was going to make some bracelets. And so I thought it was the stretchy stuff. So I got this, and I got it by mistake. But we are going to use it for the hair bows. It's kind of thick. It's a lot thicker than the fishing wire that I get. But I don't want to waste it. And so we're going to try to use it for the hair bows. Let's see. You guys can see it. That's how thick it is. So, but anyways, okay, so this is how you start out. Now, I like to just kind of put my hair bow together real quick without gluing anything down, just to see about how much ribbon I'm going to need. And that's usually how I do it. So, I'm just going to run through the steps really quick, just to see how big I want it, and just to see what size. So this is about the size that I want. Nothing too huge or anything. So I'm going to allow for a little bitty tail. See, this is the hair bow. So I'm going to allow for a little bitty tail. So I'm going to cut probably right here. Now, if you're measuring, I'm not sure how much ribbon this actually is. 18. This is probably 21, 22 inches, I would say, of ribbon for that size of hair bow. So I'm just going to cut this. And then, oh, sorry guys about my dog. I know y'all hear my dogs in the background all the time, and I apologize. They're outside, and they're angry with me because they want to be inside. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing with this. I'm just going to kind of eyeball it and see about the size that I want. without trying to tip over my glue gun and burn the place down. That would be bad. Okay, so this is about the size that I want. And again, allow for, whoops, I'm sorry guys, I wasn't even in the camera. Allow for a little bitty tail. So, I don't know, probably about that much. And if you get too much, you can always trim it off. Okay, so now we got that cut. So this is how I do mine. This is, okay, you take one end and then you go make the first loopy, and you want to kind of, guys, I'm fumbly today with my words. I don't know why. My mouth doesn't want to talk for some reason. But you kind of make it sideways like this. I don't know how to describe it. But you guys get the point. You see it. And then you bring up this part to make your second loopy. And you kind of want to twist it whenever you bring it up. So instead of bringing it up straight like this, you want to twist it like this, right? Okay. So now it looks like this. Okay. So you want to hold on to this with this hand. And then you want to take this part of the ribbon and twist it around. Now this back part right here is going to go underneath this part. So you're going to want to take this, make a loopy, put it underneath there. Now I might be, yeah, I'm making the loops a little too big. Bigger than I thought, but you can adjust that if you need to. And then the third loop, or the fourth loop, excuse me, is just going to go like this. Now see, I did make the loopies a little too big. We're going to redo that because I made the loopies too big. Okay, so once again, like this, okay? And then take the third one, or the second loopy, and then just kind of twist it around. So it looks like this. And then you're going to take your third loopy. Ooh, somebody's got fireworks in my neighborhood right now. What in the world? It's September. Why in the world are people letting off fireworks? That's crazy. Okay, now it's making my dogs go crazy, guys. I apologize. Your third loopy, you're going to go behind the tail here on that one. Yeah, this is much better. And then there's that. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. You're going to turn it. This is how it looks after you have positioned everything to where it needs to go, but you want to turn it like this. And just keep holding at the middle so you don't mess anything up, you don't let anything go. And I just kind of turn mine the opposite way again, just so I can hold it a little bit better. And I can move the tail out of the way a little bit, just, you know, the tail right here out of the way a little bit. And what I do is you want to crunch up the middle. You want to fold up the middle, right? So you're going to take your bottom half and you're going to fold once, and kind of like an accordion fold here. And then you're just going to scrunch them up like this and fold up like that. And there you have the shape of your base hair bow. So, what I do may sound silly, I know, but if I can get a hold of this, this mess of stuff I just showed you. Okay, here it is. Okay, now this is going to be kind of difficult because of the way my, where my camera is positioned. Bear with me, guys. I've got a tangle here. Hold on just a second. I done tangled up all my fishing wire, or this, not fishing wire, but whatever this stuff is. Okay. Alrighty, guys. So, what I do is, keeping hold of this, I usually take the end of my fishing wire and I put it in my mouth just so I can hold it better. And then what I do is I take it and I just wrap it around once, wrap it around twice. Guys, I do apologize. This is very difficult, guys. This is very difficult. Oh my, I apologize, guys. I just dropped you guys. So okay. Oh boy. Alright, so I wrap it around a few times just to tie it off. And I'm gonna cut here. And I'm gonna tie it. Guys, I'm gonna drop you again. There. Okay. Now you guys can see better. I am so sorry that I dropped you guys. Okay, so what I did was I tied, and it's not focusing. There we go. I just tied a knot right in the middle with this stuff. Again, it's a lot better if you use the thinner fishing wire, just because you can, I don't know, you can tie it a lot tighter. But this is what I had here at the house, so this is what I'm using today. But you just tie it in the middle. Now, a lot of people like to take a thread and needle and just sew it in the middle. But I don't know. To me, it's harder, and I've tried it and I've let loose of it before, and it's just, I don't know. It's harder for me to do that. If you guys find it easier, if you want to try it, if you find it easier, then by all means, use that method. But this is just the method that I use, and trust me, these hair bows, they will hold up. Like, I've washed these in the washing machine before, and they do not fall apart. So, I'm just going to cut off these little tailies here, little tails, and now I'm going to just set this aside, and I'm going to move on to my second layer. And I'm just going to do the exact same thing, and I'm going to try not to knock you guys over this time. Guys, I'm new at this. It's so difficult. It's hard for me to maneuver things. So, I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm just going to make my first loopy here. And then I'm going to come up, make my second one. Again, you don't want to go straight up like this. You want to twist. Make it like that. And then you're going to go for the third loopy. And you're going to come in behind this little tail here. It's kind of hard to see because this is black ribbon. But you're going to come through there. And then you're going to make your fourth loopy. Like so, right? And then you're going to turn it to the side. And turn it to the other side. Hold it in the middle. Keep hold of it in the middle. And then you're going to crunch up like an accordion. And you're just gonna, sometimes you have to just practice before you actually make one, because I cannot tell you how many times I've actually let go of this and ooh, that whole hair bow falls apart, and then I got to do it again. So, yeah, so just practice at it before you tie it off. And then just one loop around, two loops around. If you have the thinner stuff, I usually go, I can go 4 or 5 times around just to make it more sturdy. Try not to hit you guys. Try not to hit the camera here. But I'm just tying this off again like I did the other one, cutting the little tails off. But you want to be careful not to cut too close to the, just kind of shape your hair bow. You want to be you want to be careful not to cut too close to the ends here, because this knot will come out. It will come unraveled, especially if you're using the thicker stuff like I have right now. Okay, so this is your top bow. This is your base bow. So adorable. Not focusing. There we go. So, guys, I just use my phone to make videos, so if the quality stinks, I'm very sorry. And focusing, like as far as my camera focusing all the time, doesn't quite happen. So, here is what your bow is going to look like. So I just glue mine together. Just add a dab of little glue right here in the middle. And sit this one on top. And normally I would take another layer of this fishing wire and go around both of these to stick them together, but I'm not going to do that with this hair bow today because this stuff is just way too thick, and I don't think that it's gonna see how thick that is. I think it's not gonna let me put anything in the middle there very good. It's not gonna look very good, so I'm just gonna leave that step out. But you can add in another layer so that you can, it's more sturdy. But so this is what your hair bow should look like. This is what the back should look like, roundabout. Shape it, and if you get this together, not the two layers, but if you get your base bow done and your top bow done and you find that the layers are a little uneven, you can just kind of pull on them real gently, just kind of straighten them out. You can pull the tail and just kind of straighten them out, but be very careful because you can undo that knot right there. So but you can just pull them, pull them to where they're even looking. So okay, so after you get this done, you are gonna want, I don't even have a clippy here. Okay, here's the clippy. You're going to want to glue your clippy on, and I like to do this step, guys. Sometimes people will take let's see here, I got this color ribbon here. It doesn't match and I'm not going to do it, but just to show you as an example, some people like to glue the ribbon onto the clippy. Of course not like that. They go in and back out like this, and and then they glue it like this, maybe some thinner ribbon, just to hide the clippy. Personally, I don't like to do that just because this part right here it's a lot easier to get in the hair whenever that part is metal like this. If you put ribbon over it and make it dull, like the edges of this clippy dull, it's very, very hard to get in your hair. And I suppose if you separate your hair just right, you can get it in there, but I just never liked to do that. So I always just leave my clippy like this. And so I'm just gonna put a little glue on the hair bow, and try not to put too much glue on there because you don't want it to look like super messy or anything, even though this part's gonna be against your head or in your hair, so you're not gonna be able to see this part, so it doesn't really matter. But if you're selling them or something like that, you want to make it as neat as possible because you want your customers to be happy. So, just don't use too much glue. Just try to make it look good. Just let this glue dry a minute. And while I'm letting that glue dry, I'm going to show you guys how to make the knot. Now, you can make it like this with the knot in the middle, or you can just make it completely flat. Just use a piece of ribbon like that. I like to do the knot because it just makes it look a little bit fancier. I think it just makes it look a little more boutique-y, maybe? Boutique, is that a word? I've just made it a word. Okay, so you're gonna want probably, for a hair bow this size, maybe 6 inches, something like that. So doesn't have to be perfect, like I said. And all you're gonna do, guys, is just make a knot in the center here. That's all you're gonna do. This is so difficult to do with the camera. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. Because I want to show everybody how to do these hair bows. I mean, you know, if you want to buy your hair bows, they have some beautiful hair bows on Etsy and stuff like that. But if you're not into spending a whole ton of money and you just want to make them, then I hope you guys find my videos informative and enjoyable. And I hope you guys can make your own hair bows, because it's not that hard. And especially, I've been making hair bows since my daughter was a baby, my oldest daughter, and she's 14. And so it's, I cannot tell, I've got 3 girls, and I cannot tell you how many hair bows I have made over the past 14 years. So it's very easy. Once you get the hang of it, it is very easy, and you can just mix and match. And I like to match like this too, of course, but I also like to mismatch ribbons that you wouldn't think would go together. If you make a hair bow, sometimes it is just, they look good together, you know. So anyways, okay, so once you get your knot tied, you're gonna just add a little dab of glue here in the middle. My glue gun makes a funky sound, I don't know why. Okay, so you're just gonna take your knot and just set it on top there. And do hold this, just because you don't want the knot to move. So you want to hold this until it dries. But with hot glue, it doesn't take long to dry. Just a few seconds to dry. So. Okay, now just take it, pull it on around to the back. And guys, this is what your hair bow looks like. Simply adorable. If my camera would focus. Very cute. Okay, so you're just going to want to take this and add a little dab of glue in there. And let's see if I can do this with my left hand. I'm a right-handed person. Let's see if we can do that. Just put that there like that, and I just let that dry a minute, and then I just cut off the excess. I'm gonna end up having to get new scissors, guys. I'm gonna have to go to the store today and get some new scissors because these are so dull. I just buy my scissors at Dollar Tree. I bought the real good scissors so many times. The Fisker scissors, I love the Fisker scissors. And I have bought them so many times. And guys, my kiddos steal them. And they end up using them for, if they're for ribbon, they use them for paper or cardboard or something. And they end up dulling really fast. So I have learned to just buy the Dollar Tree scissors. And just, no, that's a little crooked there. Straighten it out. I've learned to just buy the Dollar Tree scissors and just buy multiple pair, because my kiddos will take them and then they'll hide them, or they'll, like I said, they'll use them for cardboard or whatever they use them for. Their little projects that they do. Ooh, guys. Ooh, guys, you almost fell again. Okay, so, let's cut the little tail off here. I'll put it this way, actually, so I can get closer. Alrighty, so this is what y'all's hair bow should look like. And this is the finished product, guys. This is what it looks like. Now, my glue gun is a little psychotic, like I told you all in the video before. If you watched my video before about rosettes, how to make rosette hair bows, my glue gun is psychotic. So you'll press the little button and no glue will come out, and then so you press it even harder and then it'll come out really fast and in big globs. So I need to get me a new glue gun too, because you can see a little bit of glue underneath the knot there, but that's okay. I don't think people are going to notice. But this is what your hair bow should look like. So adorable. This is a boutique style hair bow. So if you guys like the video, smash the like button, guys. Smash it. If you enjoy videos like this on how to make hair bows and crochet, do paper crafts, recycled crafts in general, anything like that, comment and subscribe to my channel. And hopefully you guys will enjoy the videos that I make and learn a thing or two about how to recycle things and reuse things and yeah, just make things crafty. So yeah, that's my video for today, guys. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.